Hey, let me get this quick video in while my phone stopped going off with this stupid storm that we got going on. That's supposed to be happening. Safe sex. Let's talk about safe sex, y'all. Let's talk about safe sex when it comes to the parents. Parents, I encourage you to have the safe sex talk with your kids yourself. Not saying that the educators at the school, not saying that the doctors, not saying that whoever they are getting their information from, aunts, uncles, cousins, whoever, is not giving out the right information. There's professionals out here that's giving out the information correctly. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you guys, you know your kids. You know your kids, parents. You know how they comprehend stuff. You know some kids need gentle parenting and some kids need some Bernie Mac training. Like my kids. My kids is in between. I can't gentle parent my kids. But I said that to say this. Working as a community health outreach specialist, I come across a lot of people, young, old, it doesn't matter. I work with all age groups, all races, all sex, all everything. And what saddens me the most is when it comes to teens, young adults, talking about safe sex and how they are afraid to talk to their parents about this. And then I get with the parents, I'm around other adults or whatever, and they say, oh no, my baby too young for that, my baby this, my baby that. And I get it. We want our babies to stay our babies. I wanted my boys to stay my little baby boys too. But they're about to be grown. I mean, I have one that's about to be 14 and one that's about to be 18. So I get it. The first time I heard about my oldest, my chest literally was on the floor. But I couldn't, it was just like, what bothered me the most about him is we had to talk. So it wasn't a shocker to me that he did it. It was a shocker at the time that he did it, because when I had to talk with him, because I've been talking to my oldest son about safe sex since he was about probably 7, 8 years old. And it wasn't that he was interested in it, and it wasn't because I thought it was the right time to do it. It was because we was watching Tyra Banks back when she had her talk show. And the guy was up there and he was like, how he had intercourse, and a couple of days later or the next day, his penis started burning. So kind of found out he had an STD. So my oldest said to me, Ma, so when you do whatever, your pee-pee will start burning? And that was when I introduced him. That was my first time bringing up or introducing him to safe sex. So my mother, she kind of tried to scare me. Oh, if you have sex, this is going to happen to you. You're going to get this. She had this book with every type of disease that you could think of. And she just was like, if you have sex, this is what's going to happen. Not if you have sex with a condom, you could prevent this. She was just telling me having sex. She tried to scare me into it. I, unfortunately, was out experimenting, doing things that I wasn't supposed to be doing. And I ended up getting pregnant at 17. My last year of high school. I ended up getting pregnant with my oldest son. So I did to do things differently when it comes to my kids. And that's my personal opinion. So I took what I went through, how things were perceived to me, how information was given to me, alongside of my career path. And I made the best decision for myself and my children. So again, I introduced the Birds and the Bees talk to my oldest son very early on. And because I have two different type of children, my youngest son, I don't even think I can have a conversation with him, because this is just going to turn into, his mind just works differently. So it's gonna go from one conversation to another. Do he knows about it? Yes. Have I talked to him about it? Yes. Mainly what I was doing with him, because he was more like, I don't want to hear it. I'm never doing this. I'm never doing that. Yeah, okay, you're gonna do it, and you just don't know what you're gonna do it. Anyway, what I will do is I will have him sit in or listen in on the talks that I was having with my oldest son, so that he'll know this is the conversation I'm gonna have with you, or this is what's gonna happen, or this is what you need to do. But yeah, parents, I know you want your baby to be your baby, but it's best that you do it and not let their friends teach them or give them information that could possibly be wrong. You don't want the internet to do it. It's okay for the educators at the school to do it, or the doctor's office, or whatever the case may be, but you know how your child is. You know how your child comprehends things. And it's just best that they hear from their parents. Don't be so hard on them. Don't say you don't want them out here doing this and that and the third, because they're going to do it. Encourage them to wait. Encourage them to wait. That's what you do. You don't tell them don't do it, because then that's going to make them more interested to do it. Like, what you keep trying to hide me from? Yeah, I want to try it. That's what happened with me, basically. So just do it yourself. It saddens me. I had one young lady, she was in high school. I was out doing an event, and she asked me for some condoms. They were on my table, so I was handing them out. So I gave them to her, and this girl had to hide the condoms, and it's sad. And then I did another event with just teens by itself. I think I had about 10 young adults, between the ages. I want to say the oldest child in there was 18. I think the youngest was 15. So 15 to 18 by 10 kids. These children had no type of, they had the basic information when it comes to safe sex and STDs, STIs, and pH balance and all of that. But when I got into certain things and talking to them about it, they was looking at me like what you talking about, lady? Like when I brought up the pH balance, there was, I want to say 4 girls in there, 4 girls, and none of them knew what I was talking about when I said their pH balance. So they only know the basics, the HIV/AIDS, the syphilis, gonorrhea. They didn't even know it was different type of herpes. So yeah, I'm just encouraging parents to just have the birds and the bees talk with your children, because like I said, they're gonna get some information, right, wrong, out in the community anyway. They're pushing. Talk to your kids about everything that you want them to talk about. And here go my phone again. So I'm gonna close out this video because I'm an essential worker. I don't get no time off. I can't have a break because there's a storm coming. But yeah, so do your best. You talk to your kids about everything. You talk to your kids about the law, the gun laws, the LGBTQ plus community, racism, wars, careers, whether it's they going to college or they get into trade, hygiene. Yeah, you do all of that with your kids. You know your children better than anybody else. So you have that talk. Not saying that it's gonna work, because you got some kids you could talk to them until you're blue in the face, and they still don't listen. I got one of them type of kids. I got one. One is like that. It's just no matter what I say to him, no matter what I do, that goes to one ear and out the other. But I always tell him, I told you. So when you are sitting there and you're going to hear my voice in the back of your head, you're going to wish that you listened to me. But all I know is that I did my job. I did right. My son is chosen left. That's on him. I did what I had to do. But y'all talk to your babies. They always gonna be your babies in your heart, but those are gonna be some grown people in the blink of an eye. Do what y'all gotta do. Y'all be safe out here in this little storm that we're supposed to be having.